Alright, this monster right here is called Abstract Daddy, and it actually relates to Angela. Remember how we had that tablet of the seductress? Well, apparently, Angela's father would molest her and beat her up and get drunk and whatnot, but he sexually abused her, and one night she snapped, I'm assuming recently, and stabbed him repeatedly until he died. And if you remember earlier in the apartment building, she had that knife in her hand. I believe that's actually her murder weapon. Also, until recently, I didn't realize that there was a major debate about the nature of Angela's abuse. I always thought it was pretty obvious she was molested by her father. But, I mean, if you just take a look at the Abstract Daddy, a closer look at it, the monster form is actually two people in bed. I've seen it described as like a much bigger one, kind of looming over a child, and, you know, writhing around in pain. I mean, it's very reminiscent of maybe, like, Angela's father coming to her at night and, you know, molesting her. And if that wasn't, you know, a big enough indicator that there were some problems with her father, Jeremy Blaustein, I don't know if I'm saying his name right, he's the Japanese script translator for Silent Hill 2. He confirmed in an interview that Angela had been sexually abused by her father, and that was the main point. The Japanese developers wanted to have a character that had incest in their past, and that was part of her backstory. Something about she'd actually run away from home when she was younger, like 16, and her father actually found her and drug her back, and that is when she snapped and attacked him in self-defense. And apparently her mother also knew of the abuse and did nothing and said that, you know, she deserved it. And again, if that's not, you know, enough. Oh, if you want to read the interview, it's over on Letter from Silent Heaven, the full interview. And also, if you take a look at this room, right, we have all these holes, and there's these pistons going in and out, in and out. That also represents, you know, penetration. You know, I thought they would be pretty big clues that her abuse was both physical and sexual. Her father was a really bad guy. So yeah, I didn't know about this debate until, you know, I saw it on Silent Hill forums. So Angela had one fucked up childhood. I feel really bad for her. And also, I mean, she got physically sick. When James tried to touch her, it was like she was trying to repress those memories. I mean, in that comment, her leaving comment about, you know, not needing Mary anymore and finding someone else, and the reason I saved her was to get something, because, you know, that's what all men want. She's, wait, am I going the right way? Yeah, she has a disdain for men right now. And it's no big surprise. Her dad was a douchebag. And he deserved to get stabbed, in my opinion. Okay, hello. We got some dead bodies here hanging. I want to observe. Whoops. Okay. This man was hung for the crime of murder. Justice and revenge has been served. Okay. This man was hung for the crime of counterfeiting. Justice and revenge have been served. Wow, they are very pro-capital punishment here in Silent Hill. I mean, everything is death. This man was hung for the crime of arson. Justice and revenge has been served. because they haven't heard of community service. This man was hung for the crime of swindling. Justice and revenge has been served. This guy. This man was hung for the crime of thievery. Justice and revenge has been served. And last one. Why aren't you observing? This man was hung for the crime of kidnapping. Justice and revenge have been served. Okay. This is a pretty easy puzzle. Just need to read this note. It says, dead men swinging in a tree. How many dead men do you see? Tongue turned blue and face gone gray. Watch them as they twist and sway. The first one killed the butcher man, then cooked him in the frying pan, served him to his hungry guests, and gave them seconds on request. Ugh. The next one, with his smile and sweets, stole poor children off the streets. 2 men who dressed unsavory, he sold them into slavery. Breaking into a home at night, the thief had a nasty fright, filled his foolish head with ale, woke in the morn in the county jail. The artist, with his daunting skill, tried his hand at painting bills, but caught in the rain he was undone when the ink he used did start to run. With promises of great return, taking gold he did not earn, bundled it up and out of sight, quickly slipped off into the night. 3 houses into ashes burned, the sheriff with no place to turn, did spy a stranger to his town, locked him up and beat him down. Dead men swinging in a tree. How many dead men do you see? 6 feet long and 6 men wide, round their necks the noose be tied. Notice. Only the sinless one can help you here. Mistakenly pull on the criminal's rope, and your reward will be returned to you in the shape of most wondrously strange. So what we need to do is pull the rope according to who is innocent from that poem. And in the poem, the only innocent guy was the arson, because he was just decided he was the arson because he was a stranger in town. And that's not enough evidence to kill someone over. The other guys obviously did it. So in the other room, the arson... Is it this one? I think it's this one. And if you pull the wrong noose, I believe some patient demons will come out in the hallway. So, will you pull it? Yes. So now we gotta head back to the other room. Hopefully I pulled the right one. And yay, I did. I got the key of the Persecuted. And what else do you have to say? The paper that was covering the corpse's face is lying here. So yeah, his body disappeared. So we actually need this key to unlock, I think, a pair of handcuffs. My memory serves me correctly. Yep. You can't turn the handle unless you first remove the handcuffs. So we have the key of the Persecuted. Key left by prisoner who was wrongly executed. So use that. if you look at this door, it actually says 208. I believe, yeah. 208. That actually ties in a little bit later. If you recall, in the apartment complex, the dead man we found in front of the TV, he was in room 208. And later on, this number again will pop up.
Maria? Maria? Maria, no! What happened to you? Why? Why? Mary.
Yep, so looks like Maria's dead yet again, but I have a feeling that she won't stay that way. Let's go ahead. Oh, this is the door that was locked earlier. This place. And now we're in some sort of graveyard. Indoors. It's kind of creepy. I thought there was an item there. We have 3 grave markers. There's a deep hole, but there's nothing inside. Let's check out what they say. There's a name inscribed on the tombstone. Eddie Dombrowski. There's a name. Angela Orozco. And I wonder who's on this one. James Sunderland. Spooky. Alright. So I've said before, James, Angela, and Eddie are the 3 sinners that they keep mentioning in these puzzles. Eddie, the sin probably for shooting people. Angela, the sin of murdering her father in retaliation for the molestation. And James, we don't know yet what he did to get all this wrath. Let's save it. And we will jump down one more hole. Actually, let's make a new file.